Alright guys, we are getting ready to head to Florida, and I just want to show you guys, this is kind of the downside of travel nursing. Look how packed out our van is. Thank God for backup cameras, that's all I can say. It's very early this morning.
They're late. The lights are way up.
Alright, yep, it is packed down. Sorry.
So where are we gonna put all these things?
Alright guys, we're heading out. We're leaving Albuquerque. We just want to tell you guys thank you for making our stay here so wonderful. Want to thank all the wonderful ladies at University of New Mexico Hospital. You guys rock. Mother baby unit, y'all are awesome, and we hope to see you guys again next year. Goodbye Albuquerque.
Goodbye Albuquerque, and hello Brazil. And hello Brazil.
So we're here traveling on the panhandle of Florida. We left New Mexico earlier this week and we drove across the United States. We stayed in Dallas, Texas one night, and now we're here in Florida. This is our home state here in the United States, and it's been really interesting to see. Yep, see, we're heading into Destin right there. And that right there, see that building over there, actually when we had a business here, Marcilio and his partners did work on that building right there. That's as soon as you're coming over the bridge going into Destin. But what I was going to say is it's been really interesting traveling through the states, just, you know, to see how different states are handling the pandemic. When we were in New Mexico, everything was very, very locked down. You didn't really see a lot of people out. Everybody was wearing a mask. It was very strictly enforced at the stores there. Even if you were out, saw people exercising or at the park or something, for the most part, people were wearing masks. It's been interesting here in Florida. It seems to be business as usual. Everything is open. We've seen a lot of tourists out. Nobody really outside is wearing masks. I would say when we've gone into the stores, it's been, I'd say probably about 75% of people have a mask on and 25% don't. But the stores don't seem to be, you know, telling people that they have to wear one. It's kind of come and go, and your own personal decision. Whereas in New Mexico, it was very strictly enforced. One day we were actually getting ready to go into Walmart, standing in line, and there was two men that got in a big fight, got in an argument with the woman that was working at Walmart because one of the guys didn't have a mask on, and I guess didn't want to put one on. But anyway, so it's just been kind of interesting to see the difference in how different states are handling it. And, you know, here pretty soon we're going to be traveling internationally, and we're going to let you guys see how it goes and see what it's like going through the airports and all the screening processes. Hey guys, it's Nicole at Breaking Out Brazil. So we are heading to Brazil. We're actually on the road. We've been on the road since 6 a.m. Got up at 4 this morning. We left Florida. We're driving to New Orleans to catch our first flight. But the issue is a hurricane. Hurricane Zeta is supposed to be making landfall in Louisiana later today. So we are just praying that our flight doesn't get canceled. So far, been checking every hour while we're headed there, and everything's good. But we're not. Our flight doesn't leave till about 1:45. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. We'll keep you guys updated. We got all our luggage packed up, and we're only allowed one 50-pound suitcase to check for free. We have more than that, so we're already going to be paying for 2 suitcases, and then we're each allowed a carry-on for free and a personal item. So we are kind of maxed out. We've weighed them like crazy. We've moved everything around to try to stay at that 50-pound mark. So hopefully our scale is accurate. That's the other thing. So fingers crossed that the hurricane doesn't end up making our flight canceled, because we do not want to have to drag all those suitcases to a hotel tonight in New Orleans and, you know, unpack anything, because we've already got it packed just right. We don't want to mess with it. So fingers crossed on both of those things. Wish us luck. We'll keep you guys updated. Alright, so we made it to the airport here in New Orleans. So far our flight is not canceled. It's about 10:30 right now. It is supposed to leave at 1:45. There is a hurricane coming. Right now it's supposed to be a category 2. So hopefully we can get out of here before the hurricane. As you can see, everybody's got their mask on. It's really not super crowded though, which is not surprising considering there's a pandemic and now we have a hurricane coming. Life is never boring around here, that's for sure. Not in 2020. Guys, y'all want to say hi?
Hi.
Oh, and let's look at our luggage here. It's our ridiculous amount of luggage. We got 6 that we are checking, 4 carry-ons, and some personal items. And believe it or not, this is actually less than we usually take. We took less this year because we're actually having to pay for them ever since the pandemic. Before, you were allowed 2 carry-ons, 50 pounds each per person for free. Now they're only letting you have 1. And we're still paying for 2 bags with this. All right, guys, we'll let you know how it goes. So it's much more crowded here in the Dallas airport. All the restaurants are open. Everybody's wearing masks.
Kelly, party of 3, standby passengers. Kelly, check in please. Gilbert Kilvaca and Edwin Richardson, check in.
They've got signs up for social distancing, although I don't necessarily think, you know, that everybody is. A lot of people are. Alright, we've just landed in São Paulo, Brazil. It is 8:45 in the morning here. That means we've been traveling about 24 hours so far, and we're still not quite to our destination. The plane is pretty full. I mean, there's some empty seats, and they're doing pretty good about social distancing. There's Marcelio and Giovanni. We're on one of those bigger planes. Sergio, say hi.
Hi.
Still getting taxiing right now. Guys, we're here in baggage claim, just getting all of our baggage. Since we just arrived in the country, we got to go through customs first. Then we have to recheck all these bags. This is not our favorite part of traveling. But I will have to say that this has actually been one of our smoother trips, which I was not expecting since we're flying during a pandemic. But I think because there's actually less people traveling right now, it's been smoother. So that's been a blessing. So now we just got to try to get all these carded with the kids through customs. Yeah, definitely not our favorite part of this whole process. Alright guys, so we went through customs. We're here in the airport in Sao Paulo. I just want to show you guys, it really doesn't look any different than the United States when you're inside like a large city at the airport or something. Pretty much looks the same here. We're in the duty free right now picking up some whiskey. We need to pay somebody for some wood, and that's how they wanted payment. So that's what we're doing here. Pretty much looks the same. Hey guys, it's Nicole here at Breaking Out in Brazil. As you can see, I look like a hot mess, and I'm getting ready to explain to you why. So we finally made it here last night at about 11 o'clock. So it was about 40 hours total, including like the car rides and the layovers and everything of travel. So as you can imagine, when we got here, we were just exhausted. We just drug our suitcases in, got a shower, and we all went to bed. And then my plan was to get up today, to sleep in, get up, and just do a real good deep clean on the house. Usually that's what we have to do because, you know, even though the house has been shut up for 7 months, we are out here in the jungle, and a lot of dust and bugs and stuff still gets in and gets on all your dishes and on everything. You pretty much got to do a deep clean on the whole house as soon as you get here. And of course we don't have groceries really, you know, so the plan was go grocery shopping, get some food items, get some things we need and to clean all day. So we slept till about 11, got up. Shortly after I was up, there was a huge rainstorm, which is not uncommon for this time of year. And about 2 o'clock, the power went out. So here we are, still don't have any power, and it's starting to be evening time. So the sun's gonna be going down soon. I'm gonna have to light some candles. So kind of messed up my plans, but that's all right. We're used to roughing it here out in the jungle. We'll get through it. I'll light some candles, and luckily the stoves here are gas, so we can still cook even without power. And I do have, like, I had a couple packages of pasta here, so we're gonna eat some noodles and some fruit and stuff that we already had here, and we'll just hope that it comes on by tomorrow. But anyway, we made it safe and sound, so we're here, and I'll keep you guys updated. God bless y'all. Take care. Hey guys, it's Nicole here. So I just wanted to do a follow-up video to kind of wrap up this whole traveling during a pandemic thing, to answer some questions that y'all might have on your mind. So it's been a little over a month since we traveled internationally and across the United States. We actually traveled in the car from New Mexico all the way to Florida. We stayed in Florida for a bit, and then we drove to New Orleans, and we actually flew to Brazil. So we did wear a mask during that time, and I'm a nurse, so I'm already pretty good about washing my hands and sanitizing my hands, and I've always taught my kids to do that. But I wouldn't say that I did it any more than usual. I didn't carry like disinfectant wipes and wipe down stuff or anything. I just did what I normally would do anyway. I would say we flew with American Airlines. They did enforce the wearing of the mask during the whole time, except when people were eating on the plane. And I do feel like pretty much every airport that we were in was really good about people were wearing masks, and the airports were trying to enforce social distancing. Like they had the, stickers on the floors telling people to leave, 6 feet or however many feet it is that they're recommending in between people. But people were not really actually following that, and it is kind of hard whenever you're lining up to get on a plane, or you've got a lot of people waiting in a small area for a flight. So even though I do feel like the airlines were definitely trying to promote that, I wouldn't say that people were really following that part too well. And in the planes too, we did have people, that the planes were not full, just because I think a lot of people are not traveling right now. But we did have people that were seated, right beside of us. So even though there was a lot of empty seats, they were not really like spreading them out. The other thing is, we flew out on October 28th. Brazil didn't have any special requirements. It's been a really fluid situation. At one point, they were not allowing people in except citizens or like the spouses or children of citizens. Then at another point, they said non-citizens could come, but they had to have proof of health insurance that would cover them if they got ill in the country. Well, by the time we traveled October 28th, they didn't have any special requirements at all. They had totally dropped all of that. And I will tell you that nobody, even whenever I came through customs, nobody ever asked us if we were sick or if we had been in contact with anybody within the last couple of weeks that had COVID. So nobody asked us any special questions. I did notice when we came through customs in Brazil that there was a man in full personal protective equipment. He had on a yellow gown, a cap and booties and everything at a table. And I noticed, although nobody said anything to us about it, and my husband didn't even notice it, I just happened to notice that there was a screen up there with thermal imaging. So I suspect that what they were doing is, as we walked through, they were scanning your body temperature. And if your temperature read high, they probably would have pulled you aside and asked you some questions. But like I said, we came through. I didn't ever see anybody that was sick. Nobody was coughing or sneezing or anything. Nobody ever asked us any questions. And we've been here, like I said, now for over a month, and none of us have been sick. So I just wanted to give y'all a little update just in case you guys were curious. It is a fluid situation. So requirements may have changed already, because I know there's supposed to be a surge in a lot of areas around the world. So if you're curious about, like if you're getting ready to travel, especially internationally, you can go on the U.S. State Department website to get the latest information for every country and what their current requirements are. I do have some relatives that are going to be traveling over here in December, and then some coming in January. So it'll be interesting to see whether things have changed or not. The one thing that we did experience was a lot of changes last minute in our tickets. So I think that everybody I know that has traveled recently internationally has had last minute changes to their tickets. So I would definitely be prepared for that. So just wanted to kind of give you guys an update that we are well. None of us are sick. We're doing good. Thank God. You guys take care. Talk to y'all later. Bye.